Hello everybody, hello, how are we all? Hi to who do we have? I didn't manage to say hello to in the chat. Hi to Marianne, hi to Evelyn, hi to Anika, Anne, Liz W, Louise, Nicole, hello, how is everybody? How are we all? I'm literally just having some breakfast. I was just literally, that's why I couldn't reply on the chat. I was literally just sneaking the last little bit of breakfast because I hadn't had any. I've been doing work. I have been up for a while, but I just hadn't had breakfast yet. So just bear with. Right, who else we got? Hi, Kobe. Hi, Yvette. Cool. Who else have we got? I think we've got everyone in. I think I've said hello to everybody so far. Oh, right. Let's do all the housekeeping. Hi, Deb. Hi, Cynthia. Don't worry. I hope the new job's going well. Hope everything's okay. Don't worry. I have similar problems. Hi, Mary. Good to see some new names, which is always good. Quite a few in Australia, quite a few in the Netherlands. Excellent. Right, so let's do our little housekeeping things. So as you guys know, this is a live stream, so it will be chatty. If you don't like the chat, you can always watch the replay and skip through the bits you don't like. If you're watching this as a replay, you can skip through the bits you don't like. You can wait. There's a tutorial coming for this at some point. Or you can come join us because it's way more fun when you come and join us. If I start coughing, I apologise. I've literally been fine all morning, and the moment I come on here, I start coughing. And it's not because I haven't been talking, because I have, because I've been actually filming the tutorial for the card we're making today. So let me just quickly have a quick bit of inhaler. Don't know why I'm coughing. Big thank you to all my members. Hopefully you're all on the list. It's very difficult, as I've said before, on YouTube. It's really tricky to find out all the people who are still members, anybody's left, anybody's joined, etc., etc. So hopefully that list is correct. If it isn't, then you'll have to let me know. But yeah, right. Who else we got? Hi, Carrie. Hi, Gillian. Good to see you all. If you want to become a member, you can. I need information from you guys, from you members, what sorts of things you want as member perks. Because obviously I do have member perks, but it's just trying to sort stuff out that I can deliver, that I'm not going to overdo, because at the moment time is very limited, energy is very limited, and ideas and inspiration are very limited. So yeah, please let me know. You've got the email address because you're members. Let me know what sorts of things you want, and we'll have to see what we can do. Has anybody else joined? No, I can't see any other extra comments. Please don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, turn notifications on so you never miss a video. Also, please don't forget to, if you can, share the video. Have it playing in the background. Numbers on views on videos have been a bit low recently, and I'm not quite sure why. Am I doing videos that people don't want? I don't really know. Not really sure. So if you've got any tips or whatever, then let me know. I do have a Pinterest board. I don't check it very often. I try to, but it's not always, time, as I said, is limited. So I try and do it when I can. Hi, Carla. So yeah, so I do have a Pinterest board. Please only put up pictures of things, makes you have made, based off of the tutorials I've done, or using the pattern papers that I've got, or whatever. Something along those lines. I've also got a Reddit page as well where you can join, and I will need to approve you. I think I do for both of them, actually. I think I have to send you an invitation to join and stuff like that. Yeah. I'm fed up with going through all these things. That'll do. Right, so today I am using the new papers. So today we're going to be using new and old, actually. Quite ironic. We're going to be using Gingerbread Dreams, which is my new pad. It is available as a paper pad on Amazon. So if you go over to Amazon, you will see it. There's also a link in the description. I think I've done the description. I think I did that this morning, and I think I linked it. So you should be able to find the link for this in the description below. It's also available as a digital kit on my Ko-fi page as well, and there should be a link for that in the description below as well. I'll also be using one of the papers from this one, which is the first ever paper pad that I bought out on Amazon. Good times. So yeah, we're just going to be using the snowflake paper. So this is available on Amazon, and it's available as a digital kit as well, but I can't remember where. I think it's available on digital kit on Etsy. It might be available in my Ko-fi shop. I really can't remember. My memory is really not happening right now. So yeah, it might be. Deb, your YouTube views have dropped a bit as well. That's interesting. I don't know why either. I'm really baffled by it. And what's even more interesting is my live stream views are good, but my live stream and my normal video views have kind of switched. So I really don't know what's going on. But anyhow, it just means that then finances are less, and then that then means there's more chance that I'm going to have to go and find a full-time proper job, which is not easy to do at my age. Yeah, so fun and frolics. So please, if you can like and subscribe and view, it's views that really, you know, even if you just have it on in the background, just mute it. Have it playing in the background. Do you know what I mean? Just choose a playlist, set it to play, and just leave it. You know what I mean? It all just helps, basically. Engagement, sharing, views, it all helps. So yeah, so that's the papers we're going to be using today. Hi Sherry, good to see you. Good to see you. I feel like I haven't seen you for ages, Sherry, so it's good to see you. Right, okie doke. Let's make a start. So the card we're doing today is an A5 version of the pop-up house card. Now, I made the pop-up house card a few weeks ago now, and we did it as a 5x7. But I know quite a lot of people like A5s, and I'm not a big fan of A5s. However, this does create a real showstopper card, and it also really lends itself to gingerbread houses, which is one of the reasons why I made the Gingerbread Dreams paper pad in the first place. So yeah, so I thought let's do an A5 version because it's quite nice to have, you know, a bigger card for Christmas. This card that I'm going to show you now is the one that I've started to film, but I haven't finished it because I ran out of time this morning because obviously I've got to come on the live and I had to have my breakfast. So yes, it's not completed, but it will give you an idea of what it looks like. So it folds down. Oh, let's go that way. So it folds down flat like that and will fit in an envelope for an A5 card. And you open it up and you've got a very big card. So it's a real, you know, mantelpiece. Please, I haven't finished decorating it yet. I still need to add a greeting up here. I need to do all the decoration around the windows. On the back, you've got a whole heap of space to write. If you wanted to, there's a bit of glue on there. If you wanted to, you could put your bit to write on this side, but I thought I'd do it on the back. You could also have these windows looking in. I decided not to do that. And the other thing as well, I thought, and I only thought this after I made this, and so I haven't done it for the one we're doing today. But if you wanted to, you could have the roof. I think this would be better. Have the roof on both sides. So you've got roof there, and you've got roof on the front. I haven't done that because I haven't done that. But that is a definite option. It would also be quite nice if you could put like bits of, have like a little room scene in the middle there, and actually make it into like an actual house. So I thought that would be quite cool. So yeah, as I said, I don't normally do A5 because it's a bit too big for me. But I just thought Christmas, you might have that special person who you hand deliver to, or you're going to see. Maybe you're going to see them, and so therefore you might want to do an A5. So that was my thought process behind that. And also I usually get asked quite a lot for A5s. So that's the card we're doing today. It goes together slightly differently to the way I did the 5x7 because it's so large. So yeah, right, let us grab this one here. So you're going to need one piece of base card that is 7 3/4 by 8 1/4. And on the long side, you're going to score at 4 1/8. And on the short side, you're going to score at 5 3/4. Okay, so like that. Hi Jane, hi Debbie. You like it? Good, good, I'm good, good. I'm glad. So that's all you've got for that one. That's what you've got, the score lines on that. Then you need a piece of card that is 5 3/4 by 9 1/4, and on the long side you want to score it at 1/2 inch, 4 5/8, and 8 3/4, like that. You probably can't see it, but when I start folding it you will. Hi Valerie. And then you need another piece of base card that is 5 3/4 by 8 3/4. So the other one was 9 1/4. This is 8 3/4, and on this one you're just going to score it 1/2 inch on the long side. So that's all your scoring done. And then what we're going to do is I'm just going to fold and burnish this 1/2 inch line that we've just done, and then go ahead and add on. Oh, let me grab my pieces. I'm going to need 2 pieces of mat. 2 pieces of mat that are 5 1/2 by 7 7/8. 1 piece of pattern that's 5 1/4 by 7 5/8, and 1 piece of white that is the same size, so 5 1/4 by 7 5/8. And that is going to go, so I need to stick my pattern down to there, and then that's going to go on the front. And you want to make sure, if you've got right way up paper, your tab is on the left. Okay, so I'm going to make sure your tab is on the left. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go, I've already stuck that white piece down, so that's good. Let's go on to here. Let's stick down this bit of paper on here and stick that onto the mat. So let's go ahead and stick that onto the mat piece like that. And then let's stick that whole piece onto my base like this. The other thing as well is with the craft basic series, I know a lot of people are enjoying it, but numbers are down on that, so I don't know whether I give that a break for a bit and come back to it, or I don't know what to do. It's so difficult. I don't know what to do. Can't please all the people all the time. That's all I'm going to say. Hi, Vicky. How are you? How are you? Now I'm going to flip this over this way, so I know that this is definitely going to be the right way around. And I'm going to go ahead and add this onto this side here. Like that. There we go. Whoops, daisy. Okay, so this we're going to stick down onto here. So I'll stick that onto there like that. There we go. Okay, so then what we want to do is I'm going to put that to one side for now, and we'll come back to that. So we'll come back to that in a minute. Next up, we want to take these 2 pieces. So this one here, that's got the line going across and the line down the middle, we're just going to fold the whole thing in half and burnish. And then we're going to fold that other fold line and burnish. And then what you want to do, you want to cut just down this bit here. And what I would do is I would cut your score line out, as it were, because then it just means that it's not going to kind of get in the way and it's not going to look ugly. So I'm going to take my Stanley knife and I'm just going to cut on the one side of the score line, like that. Turn it round, and I'm just going to cut on the other side of the score line, and it's literally just a slither, but it should be enough just to neaten that up a little bit. So you end up with that. Another thing that you can do, you don't have to do it, but I prefer to do it, is to round my corners. So move that out of the way because I don't need that anymore. So I'm going to round the corners of these flaps because this is going to be your roof. So I kind of want it to be rounded. So I'm just going to round these edges. And I've already rounded my patterns on my mats because I knew I was going to forget if I didn't do it there and then. And then that has also helped me to remember to do it on the base card as well. There we go. So that then becomes your like roof panels. So obviously if you want to do this front and back, which I actually think in hindsight would look better, you just cut 2 pieces out instead of having this piece and this piece, you would cut one of these and then another one of these, but with a 1/2 inch tab either side. That's all right, Sherry. Good. It's just nice to have you in because obviously people lurk in the background, which is fine because I do that on live stream quite often. But it's just nice because I haven't heard your name for a while. Kerry, you've got the paper and you're going to try this card. Cool. Excellent. Right, cool. So that's that. And then what I think we'll do is we will go ahead. Now, it's best to kind of decorate more before you go. The only thing is, and this was a mistake I made on the video, although it's not really a mistake. Okay, I'm going to show you how I first envisaged it to be done. And then if you watch the video, I think it's going to be out on like Friday. Watch the video and see if you prefer I did it, you know, the way I did it on there, or whether you prefer this way. So next up, we are going to need, I've got so much pattern paper and stuff to one side here. We are going to need, now again, it depends on how much decorating, where you're decorating, etc., as to how many panels you need. But I am decorating the front 2 panels, the back 2 panels, and the inside panels that you can see. That's what so in total I'm going to need 6 panels in total. So 6 matte panels, and these matte panels are 3 7/8 by 5 1/2, and the patterns are 3 5/8 by 5 1/4. So first of all, let's go ahead and just stick these. Oh no, we don't want to stick these down, do we? Do we want to stick this down? Well, it depends if we want to see inside or not. Oh yeah, we do want to stick them down. We do want to stick them down. So this is what we're going for. I'm just wondering, you know, because on this card that I did, my base is chocolate and my mat is white. But on the card we're doing today, it's the other way round. So I might have to do things slightly differently to make sure that it fits. Hi Dee, you've got, oh, the rain's ended. Good. I'm glad your rains have ended. Okay, so I'm probably going to do the same sort of similar thing again. So that's going to be on the inside. These are on the outside. These are the outside walls. Now, I think what I'm going to do before I go ahead and stick my pattern onto my mat, I think it might be a good idea to cut my window frames out first. I could cut window frames out of scrap, you know, brown card. Maybe I'll just do that. I think I'm just going to cut my window frames out of scrap card because I'm a bit concerned that if I don't quite marry it up, you might be able to see it. And yeah, let's just stick it straight down. Let's just go for the easier option, I think. So I'm going to stick this down, but I just need to make sure that I stick it really well all over because I am going to be cutting windows out of it. Well, out of one of them. Now, I don't know if I really want to ask you this question, but I might anyway. Do we want to do windows that look into the house from the front and the back, or just from the front? So do we want, and I know what you're all going to say. I'm dreading the answers. Do we want to do what I did here and just have a see-through window here, but not at the back? Or do we think we're better off to have see-through windows on all 3 sides? So here, and then here and here. These are see-through windows as well. Let me know in the chat. I think I know what you're going to say because I think I know you all quite well. But let me know. Maybe you'll surprise me. Okay, Liz, good. Yes, I like you, Liz. I like the fact you said just the front. Let me know, just the front or all the way around. Let me know. Let me know. I'm interested to see what you guys would do. Just the front, just the front. Yes, I'll pay you guys later. That's good. Just the front, just the front. 3 windows, Anika. Okay. Oh, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 people who want just the front. 1 who wants all the way around. I thought you guys were going to be like, no, all the way around. All the way. Okay, Vicky. Carrie, just the front. Julian, just the front. Okay, good. The majority at the moment is the front. If we go for the front, it makes it easier. Just saying. Just saying. Yeah, I was going to do all the way around on the video one, but it's a lot. It's a lot to do. It is a lot. Okay, so it looks like the front, just the front is 1. It's definitely in the lead at the moment. Anybody else want to try and sway the vote to make me go all the way around? Also, when we did this before with the 5x7, I didn't stick the pattern like down until I'd done the windows, but that was because I had no mat. On this one, I've got mat. So because I've got mat, I'm treating the mat and pattern together as one panel, like pattern paper, and so therefore that's why you're able to stick it down before you start cutting things out. Agree, just the front. I wanted to say all the way around just for a laugh, but it will look better with just the front. Yeah, I think it could look cool having all the way around, especially if you put like a tea light or something in the middle. But I just feel like it is a lot of work. It is a lot of work to do. That's all. 2 windows for reflection of lights. 3, you have an attractive inside, but yes, front is easy. The other thing as well is if you do it all the way around, you kind of then need to add wallpaper, as it were, on the inside of the front of your, like where your door and that is. And so I didn't really want to do that. I've only cut out enough for the front, you know, the inside that you can, the wallpaper that you can see through the front windows. I haven't cut any for the wallpaper you potentially would see through the back windows. So I think, you know, I mean, you don't even have to decorate the back up. You could just leave it plain, just, you know, to do the front as the house. But I thought it was quite nice making it kind of all the way around. All the way if you're up for a challenge, or just the front if not. I think the majority is saying just the front, and I'm happy for you. I'm happy that you're saying that, because I was dreading it, because you guys usually go for the most adventurous option. So I'm glad you're not today, because I don't know if my brain's up for it, to be honest with you. And it just makes it a little bit easier to stick together. Yeah, it really does. So that is that. This is my inside wallpaper. So these are not going to get cut then. These are just going to go on here. These 2 are going to go on the back of there. And then these are going to go on the front. So the front does need cutting, but we only need to cut 1 panel on the front. So that's all good. So what I'm going to do is, now the way I did it in the video, I'm now thinking maybe I need to do it slightly differently. So I'm going to do this slightly differently to the way I did in the video. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it out of this first, because you can't, when we did it before, we did all the layers together, but because I've got a mat now, you really can't do that. It's really not going to work. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to cut the base first, and I think that is the best way of doing it. Or should I do it the way I did it before? So you can either, I don't know which is the best, you can either put your pattern on like this, lay it into position, and kind of work out where you want your window. Tape it into place. Obviously take into account the roof as well. It's not going to be flat, but just, you know, don't put it all the way up. It's not going to want to be central. So you can either put this on, take that into place, and then just cut your pattern and mat, and then use this as a template to find out where it needs to be on the base. Or you can start with the base, draw around on the pattern and mat, and do it that way. I think I'm going to do it this way. I think this might be better. So I'm going to put that like that. I think that's pretty much halfway left and right. It's difficult to get it straight because of the wiggly woggly stripy lines, but I'm going to hope that's about right. So we're going to put that on like that. And then I'm going to cut that out. because if we do it this way, it means I've only got to cut one lot of like window, as it were. I'm going to use my Gemini just because I want it to properly cut out. Yeah, use my Gemini just so it can properly cut out. Actually, no, let's not, because I don't want to distort my panel. Let's not use the Gemini. Let's go with the hand one. So it doesn't matter if the panes don't cut out on this, because I'm not going to be using this frame, literally just for the square itself. You also just need to remember that the largest, it's got a larger gap at the bottom of the frame than it at the top of the frame than it does at the bottom. So let's just run that through and run it back. And hopefully that will be enough to at least cut around the outside. Yeah, that's good. Okay. So then let's just pop these out. I don't need this one. Just need to grab my pin. It's here somewhere. Where are we? There it is. Oh, there it is. Okay, let's just pop this window out. There we go. I don't need that frame, so it doesn't matter if it distorts. Take the tape off. It doesn't matter if it tears, so I'm not using any of those. You could keep those if you wanted to. I'm not going to. I was going to then. I had a moment of should I? But I'm not. Okay, so that's that. So then I'm going to take our front section again. I want the window on the left and I want the door on the right. So let's just put that on there like that. And then I'm going to take my die. I'm going to pop it back in so it kind of fits back into its little, into the ridges. And then I'm going to take a pencil and I'm just going to draw around these inside bits here. Like that. And then I can take this off and I've got some registration lines then for my window. So I'm going to line that up like that and then stick that down there. And then we're going to run that through. Now I am going to have to run that from the Gemini because I don't think it's not going to fit through this machine. And also if I fold the flaps over, it'll leave an indent. So let's run that through the Gemini. So lay it out flat. Put that on the top. Now I'm using white card, so I should really make sure my plates are super clean, but I haven't. So let's hope for the best. Put that through. Okay. There we go. That's that one done. Right. There we go. What did I do? There it is, my pin. Hi, Sally. Why don't you cut a larger aperture on the white so it won't matter where you're going to put? Oh, yeah. I could do that. I didn't, just because at one point I was thinking I was going to be able to see it from the back. So that was my thought process on that. But yeah, you could do. You could cut a slightly larger one out. The only other thing as well is when you're sticking your, you would be able to see it from the top inside. And when you're sticking your pattern down, you will end up with glue potentially coming through. So you just got to be a bit careful. So that's going to stick on there like that. I'm going to go ahead and stick that down. Oh, in fact, before we stick that down, the important part is adding the acetate. So you want to cut yourself out some acetate that is slightly bigger than your window. And I've used, this is actually packaging from dye. When you buy dyes, you get this packaging. So this is what this is. So it's good and stable. But I mean, you know, you can use flimsy stuff. It doesn't really matter because you're not really, it's not like you've got a large expanse of it. And I've cut it just slightly bigger than my window. So then I'm going to go ahead and add red tape all the way around. Scissors, where are my scissors? There they are. One thing you do need to remember is that don't go over the part where your window is. I'll turn that around for now so I can get to it still. So it's like that. So if that's looking like it's going to go, like it's going to be too wide, too deep for it, then I'm just going to take it over the side of the acetate rather than, just need to make sure where the window is. So that there would be good. So it's actually overlapping the edge of my window there, but that's fine. The acetate rather. I'm going to guess my acetate, not my acetate. I'm going to guess what size of red tape I need for the sides and hope for the best. Okay, so let's just put that in so it's straight. Like that. And then we can stick one piece there and one piece on here. Like that. This is slightly too big, but that's fine. And then we're going to go ahead and take off the backing and stick that whole piece down. I'm actually going to be really daring and take the whole thing off in one go, which could backfire. We will see. Okay. Okay, so stick that down like that. And as you see, I've got red tape sticking out. Normally I'd fold it back on itself, but I don't really need to because I'm about to stick something else on top of it, so it doesn't really matter. Hi, Ali. Okay, so then this can go on top like that. Yeah, so very important. Do not forget your acetate. That was a close call. I almost did. So because I'm using acetate, I don't want to go ahead and put Yoo-hoo on here because Yoo-hoo and acetate don't really go together. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put red tape around the outside of my window frame. And then I'm just going to use normal double-sided on the other, around the outside. You could use a different wet glue. If you've got like a wet glue that is okay to go on acetate, you could use that. But the other thing as well to remember that you just need to be careful because if you're using wet glue, you don't want it splurging out onto your acetate. So just keep that in mind. I'm going to go this way round because I've got the full run down that side. Okay, so that's that, and then I could use no, I'm not going to. So I could use Yoo-hoo on the rest, but I'm not going to. I'm going to go with I'm going to go with the double-sided. Ali, you're not able to give a thumbs up. Oh, interesting. Okay, I don't know why that is. Are you watching on Mac, PC? What are you watching on? Let me know. And then I might be able to help. Are you on Apple as well, or are you on Android? Hey, Bacon's in the house. How you doing, Bacon? Early morning for you, I know. How's things? I literally just watched your short about bacon, about your bacon sandwiches. They look very nice. And at the point when I watched them, I hadn't had any breakfast. So I was like, oh my goodness, that looks so nice. I could literally eat that right now. But anyway, only had time for a bowl of cereal, so. iPad. Okay, interesting. Anybody with an iPad? Can anybody help Ali why she can't do a thumbs up? Because on mine, there's a little thumbs up button just below where the video itself is. So I don't know. Are you signed in? Maybe that's... No, of course you're signed in, because otherwise I wouldn't be able to see your name. Don't know. Anybody on iPad? Help Ali why she can't do a thumbs up? Let her know. Right, I'm going to take these off here. No complaints. Good. I'm glad. Are you doing a live tonight, well, not tonight. It'll be later on for you at lunchtime, but for me it's tonight. Are you doing a live later on today, Bacon? Because if you are, I will be there. I will be there. Absolutely. Because I know last week you had a bit of a break, which I completely understand. You just did a thumbs up on your iPad. Okay, you've never had a thumb before. I don't know. Maybe you've already done a thumb. No, I don't know. Are you just not seeing the icon? Is that the problem, Ali? Or you can see the icon, but it's already, because maybe you've already done it. I don't know. I don't really understand iPads. Not good with technology, to be fair. So, yeah, let me know. Oh gosh. A bacon sandwich. Any time of the day, bacon sandwich sounds good. Has to be said. Let's get rid of a little bit. Yep. Back to the live. Good. Around noon Cali time. So yeah, that'll be around. So noon. If it's the normal time you normally do it, then it'll be about 9 o'clock for me. 9 o'clock at night. Okay, so let's stick this one onto here. Also, Bacon, my little parcel arrived. I know you had your parcel. But my little parcel arrived, and I can't wait to have a play with it and make sure it all works and everything. But it literally arrived while I was away, so I need to get it out, have a proper look, work out how it all works, and see what's going on. Right, so that's that and that done. Then we'll do the roof flaps next. So on the roof, we have 2 panels of mat that are 1 3/4 by 3 7/8, and 2 panels of pattern which are 1 1/2 by 3 5/8, and these go on there like that. And I've rounded the corners already to remind myself that that's what I wanted to do. Deb, you're watching on TV and thumbs up. Okay, you tried on your iPad and all okay too. You do need to close chat while you do it. There you go, Ali. Maybe it's to do with closing chat. If you close your chat, see if you can do it then. Ali, I can see the icon, just doesn't respond to touching it. Oh, interesting. I don't know. Maybe go out and come back in. If you go out of the live and then come back into the live, maybe then see if it appears. I don't know. It might not. I don't know. Right, I'm now wishing that I'd done roof all the way round, because I didn't on the other one, but I'd have to cut out another bit of card and more pattern papers, and I really can't be bothered, so let's not. Right, so that's that. I need to cut out window frames. I've cut out a door already, so that door can go on here. So I'm going to go ahead and stick the door down. That worked. Fabu. Can't even speak. Fabulous. I'm glad that you've managed to sort it out. Technology, man, honestly. It's a bit crazy. Right, there's the door. So now these wibbly lines are really hard to kind of see where the middle is, but I think that's going to do it. There we go. That's that. I think that's straight. It looks like it's wonky, but I think it's just the lines that are making it wonky. Some window frames. I think I'm going to cut out. See, on the other one, I only cut for the front. I didn't do the back, but I think I might do 2 window frames, 1 front, 1 back. No, actually, let's just do the front. Let's just do the front. Because if I do the back and then it doesn't line up, you then have problems. So let's just do the front. So I'm going to cut 1 out for the front. And then the actual back, I'm not sure whether to bother with window frames on the back. On this one, I did like fake window frames on the inside and fake window frames on the back, but and I haven't decorated this yet, but I'm now wondering whether for this one, should I maybe not, and I could do maybe little like decorations on the inside instead and just have a window at the front. What do we think? Windows all the way around, or just one at the front? I'm going to get some brown card out so I can cut my window frames out. Let me know in the chat what you reckon. windows all the way around, or just windows, one window at the front. Let me know. Right, I don't want to cut. This won't go that way around. Nope, didn't think so. Okay, so I'm just going to put that there like that. Grab a pencil, draw a line, and do that all the way along, and then that shows me where roughly I need to put my tape to. Okay, so let's have a look. That's to there. That's to there. And then this goes to here. Okie dokie. And I'm just going to put some tape on. Right, any suggestions with the amount of windows? Let me know in the chat. Or maybe you have and it hasn't refreshed. Let's have a look. Oh, yes. No, it hasn't. Okay. Yeah, let me know. Window just at the front or all the way around? Not all, you know, not real windows, fake windows. But like I did on my sample. Or we just leave the inside blank and we go for just decorations. Okay. Like that. I'll do one more. Just at the top here. And we just need to cut these out. I'm going to use Gemini for cutting this out. Make it easy, just one on the front. I like you, Sherry. You're my kind of person. You're my kind of person. Oh, I've got a spare one here. I've got one here that I've already done. Is that the same colour though? No, it's not. Okay, let's just do this one. Just decorate lots. No need for extra windows. I like you too. This sounds like a plan. You guys, you're on the same page as me today, aren't you? You obviously knew that I wasn't on top form today. You could obviously tell I'm lacking some brain cells today. There we go. It's because I've been playing games all weekend. So my brain has been spent trying to strategize. There we go. Okay, so I've only had 2 people reply and you're saying just on the front. Any I've got all these little things here, you see. I've got all these and I just don't know if I can make them into biscuits. So that might be quite cool. If I can make them into biscuits, I can stick them on as decoration. You might even be able to heat emboss some of them. Heat emboss some to make them more biscuity, or emboss them to make them more biscuity. I'm not sure. I'm trying to think what I've got in the way of embossing folders that look biscuity. So if I'm doing that, I only need one of those. Just the one. Then can I have pictures on the wall? Fireplace. Ooh. We can pretend that it's the house. You shut it up. Yep. A boarded up gingerbread house. Oh dear. Right. Okay, so that's that then. So let's stick that frame into place before we decide to lose it. The other, if you put tape on the back of your card first before you cut it out, if you've got a frame like this one that's really thin, it just makes it a bit more substantial and a bit less flimsy. So let's. The only problem is it's a bit of a pain trying to take all the backing off, but it's less of a pain than trying to glue it because they're so thin. These frames are just ridiculous. They're even thinner than my thinnest double-sided tape. That's how thin they are. If you had a double-sided adhesive sheet, that would also work. Instead of doing what I'm doing with tape. This is the poor man's version using double-sided tape. And it works just as well. It's just a little bit more work, that's all. There we go. Right, let's get that into there. Not sure about windows. Can't make up my mind on that one. Okie doke. I think we'll just go with decorations. Let's keep it simple. Now this chocolate card looks a bit darker than the one I've used, but anyway, it's fine. It's not that bad. Okay, so that's that one done. So as you can see inside, it's not that, you know, I don't mind it because we're not decorating this side anyway. So you can if you want, but I'm not going to decorate that side. So that's fine. Right. Now, the actual decorations that we are going to put on there, we'll do later, I think. Yeah, we'll do that when we've stuck it all together. Simple is good. I think it is. I think it is. I think simple is where it's at right now. So if we bring this in, what we want to do, and I'm going to do this the right way this time. Well, not the right way. I'm going to do this the way I originally envisaged it to be. And then we can see. I don't know, actually. Maybe I should do it this way, actually. Let me think about this. No, actually, let me do it this way because it looks neater. So I'm going to do it the way that was a mistake, but it actually looks neater. So let's fold and burnish these since we're not going to be cutting this. So fold and burnish. Fold and burnish. And fold and burnish. Like that. That's the outside. So on the outside, we need to stick the stripes. The stripes are going to go on here. So we'll go ahead and stick those down. So this is the bit where if you're going to do this a different way, if you want to stick the tab on, all right, let me just stick it down and just not give you the option. I have explained it in the video. It's just yeah. I think this is going to look neater. Neater at the end of the day. So let's just go with this way. So that is going to go on there like that. And then let's grab the other one. Don't worry, Fiona. Oh, you're watching one of my older live streams. Okay, cool. Don't worry. Don't worry. Don't worry. You made it here. It's fine. At least you're watching one of my live streams. That's good. Any views are appreciated. Any and all views are appreciated. Right, let's stick that onto there. Like that. There we go. And then we're going to turn this over and stick in our inside wallpaper. So I've gone for the dripping icing wallpaper. So let's go ahead and stick this down. And I had to make sure that my stripes lined up because I didn't want to have drips. That was another reason why I didn't go all the way around, like on the inside with the wallpaper, because I didn't have enough. Well, it would have been troublesome to try and get that turquoise, that teal drip to match up all the way around. Whereas just the two was kind of easy. So I thought, let's just make things easier and go for the two. It'd be quite nice if I had a little home sweet home something that I could, you know, do. I'm just thinking if I've got a stamp, I might have a home sweet home stamp. Because if I have, we could do a little home sweet home thing, couldn't we, on the inside? Okay, so that's like that. So then what we want to do is, I think we need to start sticking together. Hi, Laurie. Don't worry. You have my mind going on an idea to make this for great. Ah, okay. But you would decorate the inside, yeah. Fiona, it was an awesome building block shutter card from April. Ah, okay, yeah, nice. Have you seen the latest one? I'm not sure if it's gone up yet. I think it goes up to, no, in fact, it goes up today at 2 o'clock. So at 2 o'clock, as soon as hopefully I would have finished the live stream by then, head over to Inky Inspiration. Is she Inspirations? I never remember if she's Inspirations or Inspiration. Head over to her because she is doing a wonderful block, like stepping block shutter card, and it's amazing. I'm definitely going to be covering that because it looks fabulous. So go and check her out after heading over to me, please go and check her out. I haven't linked her because I didn't think to do that. I was in a bit of a rush, but yeah, go and check her out because she's got a fabulous one coming up and it looks awesome. And it was like, oh wow, I didn't think about doing it that way around. It looks cool. Right, so on this one here, I'm going to go ahead and put red tape on this side. So let's do that now. So red tape goes on this side of the tab, like that. And then what we want to do is we're going to bring that over like that. Grab this. I'm going to peel a little bit of this backing over, like that. Grab this one. Yeah, she's really good, isn't she? She really, I really like Claire. Claire's stuff is really good. Really nice. She's got some really good ideas and she's very straightforward. And I just really like her things. Okay, so we're going to put this on like this and we're going to line this bit up with that folded edge of that tab. And you're going to line it up along the bottom as well. This is when you'll find out if your panels are all the same height. If they're not, you can trim them down before you stick it down. So with that like that. Oh, I've done it the wrong side. I've done it the wrong side. Oh no. Oh dear. I've done it the wrong side. Bear with. Let's just forget I did that. Right, let me just trim off the bit of extra card that I've managed to peel off. Done that the wrong side. Let me just concentrate. So it's this way round. It's this way round. It needs to line up. Hang on, let me think about this. Gosh, it's like that. Have I done it on the wrong side? Oh, it should be on that way round. It should be on that way around. Okay, that's fine. So let's just put that there. So you want red tape on this side. I've literally made this morning. You'd think I'd know what I was doing, wouldn't you? But anyway, you've got your sister's card uploaded on your Reddit page. Oh, cool. Right, I should go and have a look at that then. I should go and have a look at that. Right, so it's this side you want to put red tape on. I was sure when I did this earlier, this morning, literally less than an hour ago, well, about an hour ago, that I'd done it on the other side. But it's fine. It doesn't matter that I've got that tape there because I think I can use that still. Okay, so yeah. So this is better. This is what is supposed to happen. I think it's going to be fine though. So this comes over like this. Then you want to stick, because you want to line, it's this side, not this side yet. It's this side you want to line up. This lines up with that that fold line there. And you want to make sure that when it's flipped, all of that lines up. So you can kind of stick it with it. Oh, no, don't do that. Don't slide. Oh, we're really going wrong today, aren't we? Goodness gracious. There we go, like that. Okay. So then when you do this way round, it should be level, and it is level, so that's cool. Right, so that's what you've got so far. Okay. And yes, I've got red tape there, but that's fine. We can sort that out. Dearie me. So then what we would normally do is put red tape here and here, but I already have one piece here, so I don't need red tape here. I just need to put red tape there because of my mistake. But if you don't make my mistake, you need red tape on both of these pieces. So I'm only going to do it on this one. Dearie me, my head. Where on earth is it at? Right, that's there, like that. And that's there like that. Okay, so then turn that round. So that goes that way. So we're going to start with this side because it's a bit easier. And we're going to peel back a little bit, bring this whole section in, and that is going to go on there like that. And it's going to line up along the bottom. And then we're going to very carefully peel this out and make sure it doesn't move. And stick it down like that. And then what we need to do is decorate this inside bit before we go ahead and stick that down. So let's just put this to one side for a second. And let me go and see if I've got any Home Sweet Home stamps. And I think I have. But I don't use stamps very often. This is my big folder of stamps. But I'm pretty sure somewhere I have a Home Sweet Home stamp. Bear with the rustling. I hate the sound of rustling, so I completely understand if you don't like rustling. One of these. Oh, there it is. Home Sweet Home. This one. Is that too big? I don't think it is. I don't think it is too big. I think it's probably about right. Yeah, that would work. Okay, now I think if I do it on brown, if I stamp it onto brown and then heat emboss it in white, I think that would work. Go pink. But I'm thinking, and don't ask me where this stamp set came from. I've not the first clue. This was a freebie from a magazine. But I think if I stamp it onto brown, got a little bit of an avalanche of tape going on here. Stamp it onto brown and then heat emboss it in white. Let me grab a piece of card. I'm going to go with the dark chocolate, I think. That one. Do we go white or should we go? Because it's got to go against that icing paper. It's going to go against this. So I'm thinking if it's like a brown sign and it's then heat embossed in white, or we could maybe go teal or something, couldn't we? I thought maybe white might be better. What do we think? What colour do you think we should go with for that? Any ideas, people? Let me know what you think. That's one side for the moment. Yeah. White. You think white? Yeah, I think probably white's probably going to be the best, isn't it? You need to organise your stamps. Mostly have the dies sorted, but stamps are just tossed in a box. Well, mine kind of are tossed in a box, but I left them in A4 pouches because I found that kind of easier. Right, one thing we need to remember then is to get all of our stuff ready before we start. So I've got my anti-static pad, got my stamp. I need to get out my embossing powders. Let's use a bit of that one because that was very inky last time. And that is opaque, super fine white. And that is Wow embossing powder. And I love their super fine. It's really good. It's very nice indeed. Yeah, white text on brown. Everyone says white. That's fine. Right, so let's go on here. Now you can see that, well, I can see it. You can see a bit of that talcum powder on the thing, but that's fine. It doesn't matter. I've never used this Home Sweet Home stamp ever. And you can tell because of how well it's stuck onto here. It's one thing I don't like is peeling off stamps that are well and truly stuck onto the backings. I don't know how many years that's been on there for. Too many, clearly. Sorry, what's going on with my voice today? Okay. Right, let's whack. I'm going to whack that up there. Actually, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. Right, let's grab a bit of scrap paper. We're ready to catch our embossing powder on. That will do. Give it a good rub down because it's got other embossing colours on it. There we go. Right, so we're all ready. Grab that, grab that. Oh, the only thing I haven't got ready is my heat gun. Might be helpful. Oh. Right, heat gun ready, plugged in. Heat gun ready to go. Everything's ready to go. So let's go ahead. We're going to take this, stamp it in clear. Could stamp it in white, but I'm going to stamp with clear because there we go. Flip it over, stamp it. I don't clean them before using them. I probably should. I'm going to find out now. Sometimes I do. I actually forgot, but that looks like it's stamped okay, so I think we're all right. But yeah, sometimes I do. If I'm inking, just doing plain inking, then like, you know, normal stamping, then I do if I remember. But if it's clear ink, it doesn't always need to, because it's kind of a different kind of a thing, isn't it? But yeah, you should. I think you're supposed to. Oh, that's come out really nicely. Never used that stamp before, but that looks well good. Don't normally have a reason to use a Home Sweet Home stamp. But that works quite nicely. And I think I might actually have some Christmassy stamps, like gingerbready type bits and bobs. So I'm going to have a look in a minute and see. Because if I do, we might be able to use those to decorate the inside. I might have a fireplace and stuff that we might be able to stamp and heat. I'd like to heat emboss them, really. I think it looks cool. Right, let's take that off. Stick that on here. I'm not really about stamping. I don't really do stamping. I don't really do heat embossing. But I do prefer to do that than colour in. That came out really well, that did. I'm really surprised. And I think I'm pretty sure this was a free magazine. A free magazine stamp. Well, that's come out really well for a free magazine stamp. There's so much detail on it as well, and there's stitching and all kinds. Right, there's heat emboss. Let's put that to one side. I may well need that in a minute. Let's move this out of the way. And I'm going to heat it from the bottom. So you might not be able to hear anything because of the heat gun. So bear with. I'm going to let this heat up for a second, and then I'm going to heat it from the bottom, making sure I'm probably about that close, roughly. It's a bit difficult doing it on camera from the bottom because I can't really see, but we'll try our best. Okay, there we go. That's come out very well. That's come out very well. It doesn't actually focus in for you. So I'm going to fussy cut around that. I'm just going to leave a bit of a brown border around the edge. But that has turned out very nicely. See, cutting is not perfect by any stretch of the imagination. There we go. Now I do kind of want to do that inside bit, but I feel like that's going to be a bit tricky to do. But let's, you know what? We haven't done much else that's tricky, have we? So I'm going to be brave and daring. But I'm going to do it with a Stanley knife because I don't fancy my chances with a pair of scissors. And then I'll do the other bit. Let's just go in a bit further with that. Okay, let's go in with this then. There we go. And then let's just do that last little bit. Because I don't fancy doing wibbly wobblies with the Stanley knife. Not the best. Oh, there's a bit of a thing at the top there. Oh, come on. It's not the best cutting out, it has to be said. But anywho. You cannot watch. I know. I have to say, I can't watch. I don't know how to do it. Oh, it's so delicate. Right, I think that's going to have to do. This is that little bit there that's stuck. Can I get that at the back? Yeah, there we go. That will do. I'm not doing any more to that. That will do. It's enough. It's enough. Right, so what else do we want? We've got Home Sweet Home. Somebody mentioned a fireplace. Let me have a look, see if I've got a fireplace. It'll be in my Christmassy box if I do have one. Let me have a look in the Christmas section. I do not get this out very often. I've got loads of ones in here that could be possibles. Right, let's have a look. See what we've got in here. Goodness me, I haven't been in here for a very long time. Could do with a Christmas tree. That might look good. What have we got that's similar kind of looking gingerbready style things? That's not bad. I can't really show you all these, so I'm just going to put them on my lap and flick through. Oh, I've already got a thing for that. Okay, I've already got a greeting sorted out. I just need decor for the inside of the house. Oh, what's this? It's a bit small. Well, I've got a row of lights though. We've got a little row of lights. Well, actually, I've got some lights we could cut out. Houses. It's a Christmas tree, but it's quite small. I have got string lights. They're not like this. They are dies for them. I think they're more like higgledy-piggledy. Fancy cutting's not my thing either, Fiona. Trust me, it's really not. I'm better watching it. I failed to write down the light box you use. Can you provide again? A shot box. Oh yeah, I was going to look that up as well, and I forgot as well. So yeah, that's helpful. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. What have we got? What's this? Got a snow globe. I don't think that's going to work. I've got presents. Might be able to do some presents maybe. What else have we got in here? Could do with some fun bits. I think that's pretty much it. Poinsettias. These are all seriously ones. Oh, I've got that tree, but that tree's got people attached to it, which don't really go. I might have to go through the dies, have a look, see what I've got in the die. In my die folders. That one's got some bits and bobs, but it's mainly. Oh, there's a tree there. There's that tree. That might work. Sorry to keep clearing my throat. I just feel like I've got something permanently in it, which isn't very helpful. Yeah. Or I feel like stamping is kind of what we need to do more than die cutting. But for the lights, I might have to do a die cutting thing if I've got the right one. Okay, so we've got things we can stamp and cut out. We've got a nice tree. which I think would be the right kind of size. Oh yeah, that tree would be a good tree. We could do a tree. We could do some of these parcels sort of around the tree. If I stamp and cut them out. This is not what I normally do at all. We've even got some candy canes. And then we have got that candy cane as well. That might be quite good because I could maybe stamp it on red in white. That might work. That might work, that one there. I'm really sorry. I think because I slept on my back last night. So now I've got a cough. That's what happens. Right, I think the Christmas tree's one. I definitely think the Christmas tree would work. And the candy canes. This one, I like the lights because I think the lights could be really cool. Look, like this. But I would have to cut around them all. That's the only problem. I can't really just stamp them straight on. No, I can't really stamp them straight on. Don't know what to do about the lights. I do like the lights, but I'm not sure. I know it's going on this one. It's going on this one. So the Home Sweet Home can go on. And then the tree. I quite like the tree. Actually, maybe the Home Sweet Home should be on this side. And the tree should be on this side, maybe. And then just have some presents, and maybe a couple around the tree. I think that could work. What do we think? What do we think? What do we think? I like that tree. And then, yeah, I quite like the idea of doing lights, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Okay. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. So we need red card. No, we need. So for this, I need, what should I do? Green. I don't really want green though. I haven't got green yet. Should I do white card and then, or go brown again? I don't know. What colour should I do my tree? What colour card should I do my tree? And what colour shall I heat emboss it? Oh, these decisions, man. This is why I don't do stamping very often. For this exact reason. Yeah. Let me know. Let me know because my brain doesn't know. And I need you to help me. I need some help. I need some inspiration, people. I need some inspiration. Let's grab some different colours because I think for the parcels we might need to go on white and then heat emboss in different colours. That could work. Have a look at my colours because I have got different colours of heat embossing powder. That's quite similar to the teal. And I've got a pink. It's very pink, but it could work. Use green card, less colouring. Yeah, I just didn't want to use green because I haven't got any green. It's all like teal, pink and brown. So that's why I was wondering if we do... we could do that clever thing. I just don't know if it's going to stand out. The clever thing that I did, the variegated heat embossing. We could do that. So I could either stamp this onto brown card and have colours in the various places where the snowflakes is, or I could do it onto white card and have... I just think on the white, it's not going to show up. How about teal on white? Teal. So for this one, teal, this colour onto a white bit of card. Yes, that could work, couldn't it? That could work. You could heat emboss in gold on green card. I just don't know about the green. I'm not sure about green because I don't have any green. I've got this bluey colour, but I haven't got green. Normally I'd say yes. Tree and 2 presents, small and 1 large. Yeah, that sounds good. Or pink on white. Yeah, pink's good. A pink tree is okay. Use blue card and heat emboss in silver. Pink tree on brown. Pink tree on brown. Yep. Teal will look great on grey. Light grey. Yep. Yeah. Thinking brown. I like the idea of brown because I think it'll stand out. But I'm not sure it's going to be too dark doing it on brown. But then the colours will stand out well, won't they? If we did white thingy bob and thingy bob, teal and pink on brown. Let me have a look in my brown card. See if I've got any brown card that's not too dark. It's maybe a bit paler. This one's a little bit paler. This is more, I think this is the one I use for the matte. Oh no, it's not. It's lighter. I might do that and then do the pink and the teal and the white on top, maybe. But then I'm wondering, well, does it need to be darker because of it, because of those colours? That's the darker one. I think they go best on the darker one, don't they? I like the pink tree on brown. Teal will look good on grey, light grey. Oh, we've got so many ideas now. Now we don't know what to do. We've got too many ideas. Okay, yeah, because this is kind of grey, isn't it? I like the idea of it being a dark because we've already got the matte and that's on dark. So I think the brown's a good idea. I'm leaning towards the dark brown as opposed to this brown because I think these colours work better on it. Let's try that. I'm going to try and make an executive decision and we're going to try that. And then the parcels, I think if we do them on, well, I could use different card. I could use teal and pink card and just do white embossing. That might work. Okay, well, that's that one anyway. Let's just move that out of the way. Okay, let's just move that out of the way. Black card and embossing white. I bet you would have preferred the windows now. Well, no, actually, I don't know, Debbie. I don't think I would have done. Now, this tree also has never been used. So, oh no, it comes off all right. Maybe I have used it before. That's coming off like I've used that before. So I potentially have used that before. And I do like those parcels, but we'll do those in a minute. We'll come to parcels. We'll have the whole parcel debate shortly. At this rate, I'm not going to be done by 2. I'm not going to be able to see Claire's live at this rate. And I would like to be able to. I suppose I can always watch it back, but it's not the same as being in it. Right, like that. Shut that. Like that. Let's grab the old anti-static. Fab stamp. It is, isn't it? It's a very nice stamp. Again, I've no idea where it came from. I'm pretty sure it was a freebie with a magazine. Which magazine? Haven't got a clue. When did it come out? Not a clue. But yeah, it was a freebie. It was definitely a freebie. Pink on brown would look like a decorated cookie tree. Well, that's yes, actually, you're right. You're right. So actually, maybe that's why we were kind of leaning this way, because our minds were going, yeah, brown, chocolate, cookies. Yes, absolutely. Right. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm definitely going brown then now. That's really cemented my ideas of brown. And again, I haven't cleaned this stamp, but I'm hoping that the clear heat embossing powder, oh, that felt nice. That looked like it stamped really nicely. The thing with clear is when it goes down, you can kind of see it as it stamps. Yes, look at that. Oh my goodness. I will clean that stamp, but just not right now. Right, now one thing I really want to do on this is I want to do this. I'm being a bit daring now. I'm going a bit fancy schmancy. Can't concentrate. You can tell I've gone into concentration mode. I'm dropping bits here and there, but anyway. I'm going a bit fancy schmancy, people. We're painting with heat embossing powders. A little bit down there, like that. And then the rest is white. And yes, I'm going to end up with a whole load of mixed powders, but you know what? I don't care. Just need to make sure I don't get any colour in this. Okay. It looks like I'm sprinkling flour on. Okay. So that is that. Let's put that back on again. Let's tip all of this off. Shimmy it around a bit to make sure it all gets on. And then tap it all off. Okay. Interesting. Okie dokie. I feel like we might need a little bit more white. Up here looks a little bit like there's not enough of things on it. Don't know if it's just because it dried or if I've just not got enough white up there. Let me just do a bit more white up here, a bit more white down here. Because there are bits that are not looking. I'm just hoping it hasn't dried out in the time it took me to paint all that on. Let's see. Or if I just tapped it too hard. Maybe. Okay, let's just quickly go over with a brush. Just brush carefully. I mean, we are going to be cutting it out, but okay. Then this will have to go together and I'll use that on something else. That's a mishy mash, that is, of different colours. I kind of feel like I need to pour that somewhere. Let me put that out of the way, so I'm definitely not going to knock it over. Famous last words. Put it there. That's not in a very not knocky over place, but it'll do. Got heat embossing powders all over my desk right now. Let's clear the decks a little bit. Let's try not to knock that off. Right, and then let's heat. Interesting. That hasn't worked. That is not working. Okay. I'm going to stop there because I can already see the pink and the teal. You can't see on the brown. So we're just going to have to go with plain white. Don't know if you can see that. If I bring it up close. Don't know if you can see that. It's not working here. So on white, that would probably work. Well, the colours would. But the colours aren't working. That's really weird. Why are the colours not working? That's very weird because these should be... I'm confused why that's not working. Because that's heat embossing, so it shouldn't matter what colour you're doing it on. But for some reason it does matter. That's very strange. Right, anyway, well, let's do another one. Let's just do it as white. I'm confused. Anybody else confused why that's not working? I've never seen that before. That's very odd. Why is the coloured heat embossing powder, because it should be opaque, not translucent. That's really weird. That's really weird. I've no clue what's going on there. Anybody, any ideas? Because I don't know. Right, so there, I've really not a clue what's going on there. That's very odd. That is very, very odd. It is very odd indeed. Anybody got any ideas why that's doing that? That's so strange. I'm just really baffled. No, it's heat embossing powders. Primary blue topaz heat embossing powders. That's what they look like when they put onto pink and onto white. Primary pink robin. These should just be whatever. They should always end up like that because they're not translucent powders. That's so weird. I can understand if it was a glitter. Yeah, Nicole, I think I'll just start again. I think I'll just do it all in white. I mean, I could add little gems, I guess, then, couldn't I? I'm just baffled by that. That's very odd. That is very odd. The problem is now is I've just got rid of my bit of paper that I had that was using. Let me use another bit of paper. Oh, what's this one? This is a plain. Yeah, we use that. That's fine. That will do. I keep several bits of like scrap paper under my mat just for times like this. That's really weird. I'm really baffled by that. Properly baffled is what I am by that. Properly baffled. Okay, let's just do it in white then. And then we can add colour with gems or whatever. Or like 3D pearls, pearl effects or whatever, stuff like that. I'm really baffled by that. That's weird. That's Twilight Zone kind of nonsense, that is. Don't know what's going on. And not being a pro stamper, do you know what I mean? I've just not come across that before. I can understand that if you're just trying to stamp it on, like just normal ink, that makes sense. But not with coloured pink bottom powder. I don't know. Anyway, let's just go white. This is super fine as well, so it should pick up all the detail. So whoever suggested white on top of brown, we are going with that. There we go. There we go. I'm not going to bother too much about what's around the outside, just because of we're going to cut it out. It doesn't really matter too much. You have to try them on white card and see if that works. Yeah, I know they work on white card because this is me doing it on white card. So I always do little swatches. So they definitely, that's what they turn out like if you do them on white card. So I just don't know why they're doing that on brown cards. It's very weird. Right, let me heat emboss this. I'm baffled. See, with white, that looks fantastic. How nice that looks on white. Really nice. Why that couldn't do that with the colours, I don't know. Not really. Well, I don't think the card was absorbent. I mean, it's just kind of, it sits on the top, so I don't know. I don't know. I'm just going to do a very rough kind of cut around here. Going to keep it kind of triangular. I'm not really going to go in and out everything. And then up here, I don't know what I'm going to do up here. Let's just cut edges off and then we'll figure out, because I quite like it to be star shaped at the top, although that is a faff. So we'll come to that in a minute. And we'll just literally come down in a rough kind of edge, like that. And then let's sort out our little star at the top. Okay, so let's come in here. And then we'll come in here. And then we'll just do a little come up there like that. I'm just going to nip it and then I'll sort the edges out in a minute. How old is the powder? It can decrease in proficiency after you, especially if it's metallic. Okay, so it's not, number one, it's not metallic. It's just a primary normal heat embossing powder. I have had it a few years, that's for sure. So maybe the year thing is what the problem is. But it's not metallic. It's just a normal primary teal and primary pink. And wow are usually really good. So I don't know. I don't know. I have got some pearlized ones, which maybe I should use those instead, but I don't have the same kind of colours. They're not really the right colours. Just baffled by that. It's very weird. It can be affected by oxidization. Yeah, I'm just wondering if maybe it's just because it's old. Maybe that's what's the problem. I don't know. I mean, they look fine. I did use them on I used them on that video that I did. I don't know, and they were fine on the white because I used the pink, I think it was, and I used the pink, the yellow, and the blue on that butterfly that I did when I did my variegated heat embossing. Definitely used that pink one, and I think I did use that blue one as well. So I don't know. As I said, I'm not an expert for heat embossing at all, whatsoever. So who knows what's going on there? I'm really finding this cutting out this star more difficult than it really should be. Anywho, right, let's just neaten these edges. Neaten these edges a little bit on this star. I do mean a little bit, not lots. There we go. Ow, I just stabbed myself with a pair of scissors. That's not a good idea. Don't stab yourself with a pair of scissors, people. It's not a good idea. Right. Let's go around here like that. There we go. That little bit there should be cut, but it's not. But whatever. It's fine. Okay, so that's that. So, do we want Home Sweet Home on the left? I'm bleeding, but only a little bit. Do we want Home Sweet Home on the left, or do we want it on the right? So here's the window. I'm thinking the tree on the left and the Home Sweet Home on the right, because when it's shut, you're going to see the Home Sweet Home through the window, whereas otherwise you probably won't see it as well. And then you can look in and see the tree. I think probably that way around. Okay. So if that's there like that. So normally I'd have the tallest thing here and then that there. But then that means when you look through the window, you're just literally going to see tree. You have wild powders that are over 20 years and they're fine. Yeah, exactly. Just make sure to store. Yeah, they are cool dry conditions. Yeah, mine's in an airtight container. Yeah, don't know. Do we want to sit? Oh, that's quite a lot of tree, isn't it? Looking through the window. I think this way around. That way round and that there. I think we'll go with that. Right, let me stick this down. I'm going to yoo-hoo it. Let me yoo-hoo this down. Re-ink your Versmart pad too. Yeah, well, that pad there is it's a Do-Craft one, but it is really inky. So when I was doing that variegated heat embossing video, I did try my Wow embossing slow drying ink pad, but it's seen better days. I have to be honest. It's very old and it's seen better days. It's covered in blue. I don't know why it's covered in blue, but it is. It's a manky old pad. It's what it is. It's seen better days. And so I used that and it really wasn't doing very well. And this one, I've never used this and it was all sealed and lovely. And it's really sticky and really inky. And you only really need to ink it once and it's done. So, yeah. So that's why I used it. But for some reason, I don't know. I don't know. I do not know. It's a mystery. It can be our crafting mystery for a Tuesday in October. Because I don't know why that was doing that. Very odd indeed. Right, let's stick this over here like that. And then we're going to need some parcels. Do I have any? I'm just trying to think what bits I've got in the pad itself. Because I have cut out a gingerbread man and some sweets for the window. So I've got bits to decorate the other side, but not the inside of the house. So that's like that. So I was wondering whether now we just stick maybe some pearls on or something. Not pearls, maybe lights. Just clean this stamp down and see. There we go. Let me stick that back in its thingy-bob. Oh, it's come out all dark. That's interesting. That's very interesting. I've just wiped that down. It's really mucky. It's come out really like black. Oh, unless it's picked up some of the stuff, the colour off the card, maybe. Okay, so let's stick that tree back in again. Like that. Do we want presents? I feel like we could do with some presents. I feel like some little presents might be nice. It's just the cutting out of them, isn't it? But let's stamp a few little presents. Like you say, let's just have like maybe one here, one there. Like 3 little presents, I reckon. Well, let's grab that one. 3 little presents. Okay. And then that's pretty much our inside done. We'll stick it together and then we just need to sort out the outside. Definitely not finishing by 2. So that's a bit annoying because I really did want to see that one. I'll have to watch the replay, I guess. Right. Okay, so we're going to find out now what they're like on white. I'm pretty sure they're going to be fine. I am pretty sure they are going to be fine on white. I think it's just on that dark, for whatever reason, that they're not good. Put my tree in the bin so it doesn't have to keep reminding me of the failure. Stick that there, that there. Let's move that down to there. 1, 2, and then we'll restamp one of them. Okay, dinky donk. What colour should we go with first? Let's go with the I'm tempted just to go with one colour, just to go pink. Because I've got 3, if I've got 3 presents, I haven't really got 3 colours. Might do 2 pink and 1 blue. Yeah, let's do 2 pink and 1 blue. Let's see how this does on white. No, it's not ultra fine, so it isn't, you know, as detailed. Like my dots aren't as well defined, but all right. I have got another pink. I was going to use my mixed powder, but I think it might be too confusing to look at because it's got white mixed in with it. So I don't think you'll be able to see it very well on white. I might save that for when I'm doing like a bulk type thing. Yeah, absolutely fine on white. Not a problem at all. How very weird. Yeah, absolutely fine on white. Not a problem. Not a problem. Okay, I'm just going to stamp both of them and ink both of them in blue just for now because I'm not really sure if I want 2 pink and 1 blue or 2 blue and 1 pink. So let's just do them all and then we can just decide. That is standing up, which could be a problem. Hopefully not. Well, you know what, Pink? It's really weird. It's not a quiet gun. So the thing is, when I was doing my recording of that variegated heat embossing video, I noticed that when I had the heat gun on, the microphone cut it, like it muted itself. And so when I was talking and the heat gun was on, and so was, and I was talking, you couldn't hear me either. You couldn't hear anything. It was just all silent. It was really weird. So that's why I'm trying not to talk when the gun's on, because I'm aware that I'm using the same thing. I'm using StreamYard and I'm using the same camera. And it just mutes it. I mean, it's fine. It's great because it saves your ears. But it's just a bit weird. I'm just not sure. Because normally you can hear it. Whenever I see crafters do videos, you can always hear the gun like roaring. But it just like it mutes it. It's really strange. Do you use your mixed powders for backgrounds and resist techniques? Well, you asked me as if I do this regularly. I don't. I don't. In that video, I used it for a big butterfly. I would use it for like bulk things. You can use it, resist techniques, things like that is probably the best thing to do. I wouldn't use it on stuff like this. I would use it on like things that are more blocky. I haven't got any examples here, but I don't know if you saw that video that I did with the heat embossing. I had a butterfly stamp, a big butterfly stamp. Actually, I've got my samples here from me. Yeah, let me bring my samples out. For those of you who didn't see that video, yeah, and I would use it on those, that sort of thing. So things like that. So that was my mix because it's really blocky. It's not that detailed, and it works. So that's the kind of thing I would use it on. So that was a mix of the pink, that blue, and then a yellow. That's what that was. And it came out like that. I've done it. I've got some more like that. But yeah, that's the sort of stamp I would use it on. Or like blocky flowers. Anything that's blocky and isn't detailed, I would use it on. Not fonts. I wouldn't use it on sentiments because it just doesn't work. Right, let's cut. Oh, I need to heat this one, don't I? Let me heat this one. Yep, fabulous. See, heat emboss absolutely fine on white. How very strange. That's an absolute mystery to me. I'm not really sure what's going on there. But anyway, there you go. Maybe I should have stamped in white and then heat embossed it with the white stamp. Maybe that's what would have worked. I don't know. Large word die cuts are best for mixed powder work too. Ink the die cut, then add the powder. Yes. Yeah. Definitely. Yeah. Yeah, that works well. Right, let's cut these out. I had a feeling this card was going to be a bit involved. That's why I'm quite glad you didn't all say you wanted windows all the way around, because we would have been here. It would have been Christmas by the time we'd finished this card otherwise. I mean, already it might be Friday by the time we finish it. Hopefully not. So I've still got to decorate all the windows up and everything. It's a lot of decorating, so it is. Decorating, fussy cutting. Mind you, people who do live streams and do stamping and colouring, they can be long live streams as well, can't they? Because of all the time it takes to colour in. There's one. Right, let me know your array of what kind of parcels you think I should do. Should I do 2 pink, 1 teal, or 2 teal, 1 pink? And don't worry, I'm not going to cut around the inside of that bow. That is not happening, I can tell you now. So yeah, let me know. 2 pink, 1 teal, or 2 teal, 1 pink. What do you reckon? Let me know. While I quickly try and fussy cut these. I actually think that Claire's video is a video. I think it's a premiere. I don't think it's a live. So, yeah, so that means I can watch it back. But I definitely want to cover that card because that looks awesome. From the picture on the thumbnail, oh, it looks amazing. Definitely worth a watch, I would say. Definitely worth a watch. Right, let me refresh my comments to see if I can see anything. Yeah, let me know. 2 pink, 1 teal, 2 teal, 1 pink. What are we thinking? What are we thinking? This fussy cutting is getting worse by the second. Ooh. Okay, that's all fussy cutting done. I've got loads of little gritty bits all over my desk. Okay, so let's bring this back in again. So you could have one there, and one there. So that's one option. Oh, we're not over the thing like that, I guess. Or we could have one here, one here, and one here. Or the other way, actually. We could do it this way around, couldn't we? We could do it this way around. I might be better with it going outwards. That there, that overlapping like that, and that like that. Or we could do that one. What do we think? What do we think? I mean, we could use all 4 if we wanted to. I just like going with uneven numbers, that's all. There was one other parcel, actually. I don't really want to stamp another one, but there was another one. There was this one, which is long and thin. Oh no, I'm going to have to do that, aren't I? Yeah. I'm going to put that one on because... And I'm going to do it in... What colour? Don't know. I don't know. Is there anybody there? Have I frozen? No, that's good. Sure, it's gone very quiet. Okay. I mean, not going to see many of these. You'll see a bit of these, but I think that in the middle looks quite good. Let's just quickly stamp that on a bit of white. And let's go with, what colour should we go with for that one? See, that's got quite a solid top, so that no, I don't think that worked with variegation. Even so, even though it is quite thingy bob. Right, there's that like that. Let's give this a go over. Okay, and then let's stamp it up, ink it up even. Where's my bit of card gone? Here it is. I think I'm going to go, what colour should go? Pink? Go pink? I might go pink. Or should I go blue? Pink or blue? Blue or pink? I don't know which one to go for. Pink or blue? Blue or pink? I'm going to go with... I'm going to go with blue. 2 blue and 1 pink. Okay, you just think 2 blue and 1 pink. Okay, 2 blue and 1 pink. So not the 5 then. You just quickly heat this one. Two blue and 1 pink. This one hasn't stamped quite as well with the block, so I'm just wondering whether maybe the stamp is the problem on this because I didn't clean it before I stamped it, maybe. And maybe that's why, because I don't think this is properly stamped. Obviously, because it's a clear stamp, you can't really see. You can't really see what you're stamping. So maybe that's the problem. I do not know. All 5 is good too. Yeah, I quite like all 5. I'm just thinking maybe, you know, it just fills it out a bit more around the tree. I mean, you're not really going to be able to see this very well because these are the inside of my card, remember? But, you know, if anybody happens to look through the window or look through the top, and you'll see them. I just think the extra little addition to detail is quite cute, really. At least I've cut my other bits out for the side of this card that is going to need decorating. So that's something, and I kind of roughly know where I'm placing them as well. So that bit shouldn't take too long, hopefully. Okay. There we go. Right, let's go ahead and stick that down. Okie doke. So let's go ahead and stick these down. I would like to use silicone glue. I don't want the extra, I don't want loads of height, but I do want a little bit of height, and also where they overlap. Please tell me that's not all dried up. Oh, it's all dried up. Okay, we're not using silicone glue. Yeah, we use foam pads. Is what we'll use because my silicone glue is not behaving itself. So, right, let's stick those 2 down. They can go straight down as they are. They can go straight down with normal glue. They go flat. Flatty flat. That one's going there. This needs to be about here. And then this one as well. Happy Tuesday. Oh, hello, Carolyn. Good to see you. Good to see you. We're doing a very involved card here. I thought it was going to be an easy one, and I think it is. It's just the decorating is always the bit that takes the time. It's always the decorating. It takes up the time. Okay, so that's it for glue, plain glue. So then let's go with the pads. These are quite thin pads. They're not too bad. Hopefully they won't be too thick. You don't want to add too much more bulk. And they're probably a little bit thicker than I actually wanted to have, but anyway, never mind. They will do. Okay, so that's that. Let's grab this. And that's going to go about there. There? Yeah, about there. Up there. I'm going to grab some slightly slimmer pads because these are a little bit too... this is why I want to use silicone glue, so I don't really want to add too much bulk. Are these slimmer or are these the same? They are... they're the same? I think they're slimmer. Oh, I don't know. I've got some really slim ones, but they're also incredibly tiny. We might just have to use these and be done. Are these slimmer? No, they're not slim. Okay, let's just use these then. Fine, whatever. You got to go. All right, Deb. Yep, cool. Excellent. See you next week. See you next week. Actually, no, next week. I'm not here next week. Next week I'm away in London, so I won't be here next week. So I will see you the week after. There'll be no live stream next week. Yeah, no live stream next week. Oh, gosh. On there. On there. Like that. I will be at a church conference next week. So I will not be here. That's going to go there. I don't want to move it over too far because I'm a bit concerned about it not shutting properly. There we go. And then that one can go in the middle. Don't know if blue is the right option, but at this point in the proceedings, I'm not that bothered. It has to be said. Oh, goodness. It's one of them long ones. That can go in the middle there. There we go. That's my little cards, my little presents even, not cards, and presents. And then the other thing we want to do is stick this down. So what we're going to do now, grab our pin, and then we are going to, let's just do that like this. So let's fold it up. So we've got, this is the extra bit. We've got a roof in like that. And then this is going to fold under and stick onto that. Now there's a little bit of red that's going to show, but we'll just use a bit of anti-static to cover it if we need to. So that's going to come over like that and stick onto there. I'm going to pull that out like that. There we go. Actually, there's no stick. That's the back of my card covered in embossing powders all over my desk. Little gritty bits everywhere. Right. Okay. So there we go. So that's where we're up to so far. So you've got your little house inside. Quite like the way the house has turned out actually inside. It's quite nice. That's the front. Through the window you can see the tree and you can see the home sweet home. So that's cool. And then on the front here, I've already cut out you'll be glad to know, a happy Christmas sign, which I'm going to have at a jaunty angle. I've got a candy cane. So this is out of the pack. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut this bit off. So it's just this bit here. Just going to cut that off. And that's going to go like behind it and then at a jaunty angle like that. And then I've got two gingerbread men that are also from the pack. And I'm going to have one here. And I was going to have one up here. But I'm wondering now, actually, I might have this one inside. I might have him inside. I quite like him there. I quite like him. In fact, actually, let's do him this way around. I quite like him there. Like that. I'm going to put him there. That's just so cheeky. I'm going to put him there. That's funny. It does obscure your window a bit, but I quite like that. So let me stick this down first of all. So we just need a tiny bit of glue. Oh, more hot now. More hot and bothered. My decision making has made me overheat. Right, so let's stick this onto the back of here. I know, it's so cute, isn't he? Peeking out the window, he's like, yes, hello. Is there anybody home? Or rather, there's nobody home. Right, let's go get this halfway. It's about there. Doesn't need to be too precise because it's a wonky sign, so like that. Yeah, I think one on the outside here with the sign, and then I think over the top of the sign, and then one inside. And then I've also got these as well, which I was thinking of having little biscuits. These are also from the pack, just like snowflakes. Where's my other one? Like snowflakes, like that. And then I've also got these sweets, again, also from the pack. You do get a lot of ephemera in that pack. And I was going to put these on the windowsills, like that. But I'm wondering now whether I might go pink actually. Yeah, like that. There we go. And I cut out enough to do all the windows. I could go round the windows with them. I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, let's stick this down and then we'll see what we want to do. Let's go with this first because then I know where everything else goes. And then I'll stick him down as well. So let's stick this down. There we go. All the way down there like that. Let's stick him down. And all the ephemera I have stuck onto white card before cutting out. So then it's got more weight to it. So I think like that. I think there. Like that. At a jaunty angle. And then he can be at a jaunty angle. I'm going to stick him flat. We don't want too much, too many things sticking out. Put a sweet over the top of the door too. Oh yeah, could you? Yeah. There we go. Let's just stick these stars down. There's one star. There's another star. Stick that one down. Like that. And this one here. Okay. That's going to go in the corner over there. So again, this snowflake paper is from that Nordic Lights pack. Okay, so that's that all stuck down. He needs to be stuck inside. He needs to be stuck inside there. So I just need to glue him here. His legs and his arms. Not both arms, but one little arm. This one here. And then this bit here. And this bit here. That should be enough. Put him in. Like that. Stick him straight down. He's so cute. Oh, he's such a cutie. That's hilarious. Cool. And then just the windows and the doors. So I've got a whole load here. I could potentially go all the way around, but I don't know whether that's going to work or not. Dush, dush. I've got more of these I could cut out if I needed to. And I've got smaller ones as well. I've also got, the other thing I've got as well is little icing things. Where are they? Where did I put them? Because I was going to use them on the other here. I was going to use them on the other card, but I ended up not. I've also got these little icing things as well. So I could do a little dunk, 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 if you sort of stack them like that, and then have them coming out like that. Little icing over the, I quite like that. And then, like you say, maybe the sweet over the door. We could have sweets up the side. And on the top. Like that. Quite like that. What do we think of that? Do you think? I think I quite like that. I think that's okay. And that round there. Yeah. I might do that. I don't want to sort of obscure that window frame too much. But I quite like the little icing things. Door looks great. Keep it simple, only one on each. What, one here and one there? Well, you know that what Gingerbread has, there's just loads of stuff, aren't there? So do we think just like that? I don't know if I like it at the top there. Or just down the side. I like the way you have it, okay. Like that. I quite like that. I think that looks quite cool. You could do it with pink sweets up the side instead. And a brown on the top. Door looks great. Like the way I have it, door looks great. Okay, cool. We'll go this way. I'm going to just put a line of tape to stick these down on. Actually, no, I'm going to do one each. Am I going to do one each? I'm going to do this. Like that. And then try and stick them down one by one. One. So I've got time to kind of move them if I need to. Two. Move my icing swirls. Three. I originally had planned for these to be like little flowers. I'd cut the big ones out as well. I'd have like flowers, like icing flowers, as it were. But yeah. There we go. That's that one. And then let's just stick these down. This is the thing. Often the actual card itself doesn't take that long. It's the decorating that takes the time. I think that's why some channels just do the card fold itself. They don't bother decorating it because it just takes so long. It just takes so long. It really does. There we go. Two more to stick down. And then we're there. There are two, maybe two or three, I think it's two different sizes of sweet in the book. So you've got a choice of what you go for. Right. There you go. Card finished. Crafter, whatever the word is. Mess. Craft them off. That's the word I'm looking for. There you go. So there's your finished card. Mr. Cheeky Gingerbread Man peeking out saying, hello. You have Christmas over there. And then inside you've got your home sweet home, your presents and your whatever. And yeah, and the whole thing folds flat. You can either go that way if you want to, or you can go that way. Got space on the back to write. I still need to decorate all that, so I'm going to decorate that later. I'll do that off camera. I can't be getting you guys to yeah. I might decorate it, I might not. I might just leave it because then the back is just plain. Might just leave it like that actually. So yeah, quite pleased with that. I think the gingerbread man poking out helps a lot. So there you go. That is the card for today. I need to go and lie down in a darkened room. I'm exhausted. So I hope you all have a good rest of your day. Next week there'll be no live stream because as I said I'm in London, but I will be doing a live the week after. There may or may not be a video on Sunday. It depends on if I get time to film anything and edit it and upload it. Because currently I have 6 videos that I need to film, edit and upload. And I only have Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 3.5 days to do it in. So that's not possibly going to happen. So yes, there you go. So yeah, so I hope you all enjoyed today. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you never miss a video. And I will see you all again in 2 weeks. So not next week, but the week after. So yeah, don't forget to share and view as much as you can to get those views up, because I don't know why they're down, but they need to be back up again. Yeah, so I will see you all again in a bit. Bye everyone.